Okay, hello everyone. So it's gonna be a lot of noise in the background because I am playing Final Fantasy 14, and my fan is on. It is hot as hell. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys an update on basically how 5Surveys has been treating me as an individual user. I can't speak for everyone else, but I can only speak for me. So it has been an up and down journey, I guess you can say. So with 5 surveys, it's one of those things where you have a super great week, and then maybe like on the fourth, fifth day, say like you started on Monday, and then maybe on Thursday or Friday, it started to slow down, which kind of makes sense because it's getting closer to the weekend. And they usually say on the weekend you barely get um any surveys for real. So which does suck, especially since a lot of people do typically work during the weekend on 5 surveys or any survey site compared to any other website after getting off a long week of working. So, personally, I have cashed out plenty of times since the last update. And I don't remember when the last update was, but I have cashed out a lot since then. I'm trying to open up the app while I'm talking to you guys so that I can give accurate information. But basically, um, I like I said, I have cashed out a few times since then. On my account, it says I completed 853 surveys, and in total, I have made 875. I mean, $800.75 total. Um, Again, this is since the first video when I created my 5 surveys account. And when I created my 5 surveys account was that first video because I gave an update that same day of actually, was it that same day? You know what? I'm lying. I might be. No, let's just go back to my very first cash out, which is going to take a while because I actually been on here for a good little bit. Yeah, it's going to take a while. Because I actually cashed out a lot. My last cash out was today. I don't remember cashing out today, but I did. But I cashed out $5, and then yes, no, on the fourth, because today is the sixth. The fourth, I cashed out $10. Actually, no, yeah, $10. And then the third, I cashed out $5. So sometimes I go back and forth, back and forth. Now, it's a possibility that I could make more in a day, but for these past few months, I've been doing games and stuff on like Scrambly. So I'm gonna give a quick little update with Scrambly. I actually did pretty well on 2 games. One of the games I didn't get to the final one. Like I got to the final one, but I didn't finish because when you get super close to the end, the ending one where it makes the most money and leveling up slow, like it slows down a lot, so you kind of just give up. That's basically what happened with me. I gave up because I was like, I'm not leveling up fast enough, and I didn't have the patience personally. I'm sure there's other people that have the patience for that. But I was like, I can't. Like, I don't have the patience for the super slow leveling up. So I just gave up on it. It was like a game called Glow. It was like a fashion model game. Um, and even my daughter, she came in a few times, was like, "You're still playing that game?" Because I was just trying to make money off of it, which I was. I was actually making a good amount of money off of it. I was almost at the $100 mark, but I basically only made what, 40 something, because the highest one was $60. That's the one I didn't finish. Then I've been playing a lot of idle games on Scrambly, but I've also been playing idle games on Prime Opinion. But there's this one game I'm playing, it's like a hotel game that I'm playing on Prime Opinion, and it pays $252, I believe. So that's what I've been doing. Five surveys, one thing I can say, do not do their games. I know it's probably different for most people, but personally, I say don't do the games because they don't even acknowledge that you installed the games. Like when I tried to install the games, and I'm pretty sure in my previous videos, I was like, oh, just do the games, it's easier, which it is. But as of late, it does not acknowledge that I installed the game. Like I'll get to level 5 before I look back and be like, yeah, no, I'm wasting my time. I try not to get too far because I don't want to waste my time. You can reach out to them and let them know that it didn't pick up and stuff. But quite honestly, um, from just experience from other websites, they'll just probably tell you, oh, you gotta wait 72 hours, blah blah blah. Which I did do, by the way, and still wasn't paid. So yeah, I don't really expect much on the game side with 5 surveys because it used to work, but not anymore. Like it doesn't even register anymore that I installed a game. So right now, weirdly enough, the top website to make money right now with games is Prime Opinion for me. So I'm gonna make a tier list. So for A, Prime Opinion, um, B, Scrambly, and then C would be 5 surveys if you're lucky. Um, And B, I would no, 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 no. And C, I would probably put free cash too, because sometimes that doesn't even register your games as well. But it has a better, I guess, chance that it'll pick up that, you downloaded a game. But I just hate when they hold your money. It's kind of like swag bucks and free cash. But at least you'll be making money. So I guess I could bump free cash and swag bucks up to B with Scrambly. The only I actually wanted to come in and correct myself for one thing. So, not really correct myself, but just to add a bit of information to that. So, though I said that you'll have a better chance with Prime Opinion and some other sites that I said, the only problem is sometimes it'll stop tracking the game randomly. Like, say like you get to level 50, right? And they've been paying you up until then you get to level 100 and they stop tracking and say that they never received that tracking. That is one of the bigger issues that I have had with this every single one of these apps is when they randomly stop tracking and they tell you to check if you're tracking, but you are majority of the time. Like most of us don't just go in there and stop the tracking. So to be honest, that is also one of the issues is the fact that they do stop tracking randomly and you have to reach out to support, and if you're lucky, they'll actually take the screenshot that to show proof that you got to the level and actually reimburse you for that time. And then if you keep playing, you may still get tracked for the other levels, but sometimes you're not as lucky. So I would actually say that just be careful with that because sometimes it will stop tracking, but make sure you take screenshots to send to support because sometimes support will actually be support and reimburse you for those and sometimes pays you more for those apps. I mean for those levels that you were not paid for. So yeah, that's one of the issues I actually wanted to throw in there. The reason why I put Scrambly and B is because a lot of their games don't really pay a whole hell of a lot, so you can't really expect them to. Uh, but I would say my top when it comes to survey wise, um, it would be 5 surveys. Because I it's not too bad. Um, if you get a good little week. So A, 5 surveys. B would be Prime. No, 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 no. B would probably be free cash and swag bucks. I always keep them together because they kind of operate the same, rather with games and surveys, at least in my opinion. Again, this is my opinion. It could be totally different for you. So if it's totally different for you, you could definitely comment it and say what works for you, what happened with you on certain websites, or if you have more websites that you want to talk about, you can talk about other websites. And then C would definitely be prime opinion, because let me tell you something. I used to make bank with surveys on prime opinion, but prime opinion cut down the amount of money that you get paid on surveys. Like, I used to get like $2, $3 per survey, and now I just get like 20 cent, 30 cent. Sometimes I get lucky and get $1. I'm not wasting my time on that. So I just don't do that. QMe changed their platform a lot, but I haven't had an issue with surveys yet. Yet. You heard me, yet. Because I still have those little inkling ones where it's like they say I finished the survey, but I didn't get paid and stuff. So that's like one of the new issues I've been getting lately. It's like you you finish the survey, it says you finished the survey, and said that you're getting paid soon, and then you don't get anything. And then when you go at the bottom, it says you were paid or it's not pending or anything. But yeah, that's like one of the issues they've been having lately. I know at one point they removed PayPal. I think they talked about it on Reddit, but that was like a whole nother thing. I might have to make a whole nother video regarding that. But honestly, that's about it. Like, for the most part, that's like the updates that I have regarding these sites. Like, most times they're working to the best of their ability, I guess. But I have been trying to find other websites, but I won't lie, I have been mostly putting my focus on those websites with the games, and with the surveys would be like five surveys. So if I do find more websites, of course, I will make a video and stuff. If I find more apps, I'll make a video. But to be honest, it's been kind of dry. Like, if you do find an app that's good, it'll work for a little bit, and then that's it. Like, sometimes you won't get any good surveys anymore, or they end up turning you towards the games, which happened a few times with the apps I found. But if you do want those videos, I'll make a video with those. But that's about it. That's my updates on these survey sites, and my payment update with 5 surveys. So yeah, so until next time, until the next video, peace and love. Take care of yourselves.